welcome to your next GBI video. You're joined by me, GBI Jay, and this is a new series for me, which is going to be hobby vlogs. As we discussed in the video saying what we're going to do now, we're back. One of the things with it being multi-system and a bit more free and easy is anything I do hobby-wise, I can share with you all, as you're now about to see. So this is kind of going to be something that will self-motivate me to get my projects done. It's also something where I can show you what I'm working on for different systems and stuff, as you're going to see in front of you right now. But yeah, this is something where I can sit and show you what I've been painting, what I've been building, what my plans are going forward, future projects. At some point when the queue isn't huge and needed for tournaments, I may even give you guys some input on that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you a few of the things I'm working on at the moment, and why I'm working on it, and let you have a look. So as you can see in front of you, you've got Legolas Photo Mounted, which is a bit of a clue. I'm working on a lot of Hobbit stuff at the moment. So tickets for the GT went on sale today. Apologies on the messy painting desk, by the way, there's stuff everywhere. But I have always wanted, since I've been playing Hobbit for about 2 years, to go to a GT at Warhammer World, and it's now a thing, and I can't wait. So I bought tickets today for a big group of us, and sorry Steve Grove for forgetting you, but we are crazy for the Hobbit right now. We've got the new book, of course, and I'm going to start building some forces for that now, because as you'll see, one of them is quite big. So my good force for the Hobbit GT is going to be Laketown, and as you see, this box here, this is full to the brim, and that is what... Sorry about the weird cut there if this video now doesn't fit together right. It's because my desk light fell off and we had to fix that up. So anyway, as I was discussing, yeah, so we got the Hobbit GT coming up. We're all super excited for the new book. We've all bought tickets. I'm going to start building one of my forces, and here is the good army that I need to start work on now, because there's lots of it. And here it is. So I'm building for my good army for the GT. I'm going to be taking Laketown. So the plan is to really get this built. Obviously we've got Bard mounted, beautiful mini. Actually really went together without very little green stuff where it needed. The reason I'm starting early is because this is lots and lots of models. This little box here contains a wonderful 72 Laketown Militia, which aren't on bases right now because they are waiting for some Generation Shift bases, which are coming tomorrow, which I am super excited for. And then I can show you a few of the militia. For those of you who play Hobbit, you're going to know about these guys. Those aren't, they're just really generic, like supposed to look like non-warriors, just dudes with what looks like a fishing spear and anything they can find. We've got him. There's 9 poses in total. We've got the dude with the sword there, and what looks like a door or window or cupboard as a shield. One of the guys with a bow, maybe. I'll dig around in here. There we go. We got the guys with the bows. So these are really cool miniatures, all in fine cast. I've actually painted this force before, which is frustrating, but I can learn from the way I did it the first time. So I've got 6 full warbands of 12 of these to do with captains and characters, and then I've got some more stuff which I'll show you, which I want to add as well, just to really round out the force and give it options. We've got Legolas Photo Mounted, which was actually given to me by a good pal of mine, James, over at Hotgates Gaming. He gave me this, which was absolutely lovely, so thank you, buddy, and go check out Hotgates Gaming. So he's going to be built on top of the militia, but I'm not sure he's going to get painted in time for the GT. And then these guys we have, these are lots of Laketown Guard, as opposed to Laketown Militia. They come in the stock GW packaging. We've got some of the bows there. What we got here? That's some of the sword and shield guys. So I've got a load of those to build as well. Laketown, done very well in the new book. Really strong force now. Oh, hang on. Also got a box of Warriors of Dale as well. So I'm gonna, again, the stuff you're seeing that's still in its box is probably post the GT, because I got a lot of models to paint. But yeah, they've all done really well in the book. I'm excited to use them. I've played with Laketown Militia before. I love them. It's an army that I let go that I wish I didn't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using these, and I can document painting them up. I genuinely think, given a bit of a break for Christmas and stuff, I need to realistically be getting a warband done a week to get ready for the GT, which is a daunting task. it will definitely be done in terms of base coats and washes. I don't know how much further than that I'll go for these before the GT, but I need to get them ready for the table. Plus the bases come tomorrow, so I can get cracking at that point. Interesting one, and stick in the comments. Do you guys paint your base so with Generation Shift or any resin or scenic bases? Do you guys paint them separately and glue the model on afterwards, or do you tend to paint them on the model? Because I'm tempted to just glue the models on, because obviously if I paint them afterwards, you're going to want to pin. And with these guys, you may be able to see, like, the feet are so small. Like, I'm worried they're just going to shatter when I take a drill to those. So I'm debating just painting the bases with the models attached, which can be a bit trickier, but I'm going to give it a go. So yeah, that's the Laketown force, bar this lot, mainly just what's in here, which is 72 Warriors, Alfred, Filth, I know, Bard, some captains, roll on when we get the name captains. That's what I've got to get ready, and I'm thinking just lots of really generic and dark browns and greens and greys and blacks, and really just mix it up between the warbands to get that militia feel. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is a bit different to this, but it does fit in the Laketown theme, so I'm going to cut here, get rid of this stuff, and show you the next thing I've been working on. Okay, so this is the next thing I've been working on. Some of you will have seen this over on the GBHL, the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page, but this is a Laketown house. This is the superb new kit from Games Workshop, making some terrain, which is nice, and one we've definitely all wanted, which is the Laketown house kit. So what you see in front of you is actually painted. I got a bit eager with these and just started painting them. So I haven't got like one on sprue to show you or anything, but what you see in front of you is one full kit. So you get the house. I can zoom in, give you a bit of a closer look. There are still things like the net and some of the smaller detail like the windows that still need doing, but this is the Laketown house. So you get in the kit, you get one house that can be built. I think all the sides of the house are interchangeable, and these are extras, so you don't have to put them on, or you can put multiples on one house just to make them all look different. So that's the Laketown house, which comes in the kit. You also get this jetty, like platform piece, which again has some really cool details, like some fish and stuff, or like a buoy on the end that you don't see once the house is on. You also get 3 of these, which you're going to see, which are just generic walkways, and you pick which legs you fit just to customize. You also get this boat. The oars come separate, and the bowl, you can stick those in. It comes with a lot of accessories actually. The oars I chose to stick in as opposed to like being rowed, because they will break. And then lastly you get this small jetty here, which you get this small outhouse, which doesn't come attached, but for this kit I've glued it on. I got a lot of compliments on the, just gonna make this look pretty again, there we go. I got a lot of compliments on the paint scheme and how this looks, and I've got to say I can't take any credit for it. This was the wonderful Jay Clare. He posted it on the like the Lord of the Rings blog that goes out weekly, posted the paint scheme for this. So if you want to make yours look exactly like this, head over there. I'll try and stick the link in the details below, and you can check out how to get this paint scheme. I love it. I think for some of the other houses, because I've got a few, I'm going to try blue in place of the green, or a red, because those are the colours that I'm going to run through my militia, which might tie in. The one thing I did that wasn't on the blog was, once the roof was done, I added some like extra just spot in place washes, slightly watered down, just to show like staining and weathering on the roof and stuff, which I quite like. But like everything, personal preference and how you want it to look. But I love this kit. I've got 2 more to do, which I will get to at some point. I think now this was very much just a fun little weekend thing to get cracking with until my bases arrive for my hobbits, my Laketown, because I need to get cracking on those. Don't really think I'm going to make them for board. If I get all 3 done, I'd probably like to make a big display board using them, and a load of maybe resin, water effects, just to keep my Laketown army on. Now, interestingly as well, and your thoughts would be appreciated, with my Laketown, I'm not going to base them like you see a lot of people making this effect on the bases using sort of coffee stirrers and such, but I'm not going to do that because the militia, obviously you see them more fighting in the Ruined City, right, in the movie, so I'm going to be using some of Matt's original base designs for that, because they got some like dirt, some cobblestone, so I'm going to go with that for them. My Laketown guard, I'm unsure whether to base like this scenery, or whether to keep tying in with the army, but all decisions to be made in that. But yeah, this kit's great. I want to make a display board out of it. So that's the next thing I've been working on, but probably not going to do the other two for a while now. And then I'm going to show you something for a completely different game system. Alright, so now you can get a clue, I think, of what the next thing I'm working on, which is some terrain for the Batman miniatures game, as the two dudes in front of you might allude to. So I'm going to start with the smaller stuff, because Batman is something that I love and keep having excuses not to play more of, but that is now a thing of the past. And I'm putting together a full set of terrain so we can play this game, and it looks good. Everything you see in front of you is foreground, because I love their stuff. I use it in Hobbit. Things like the Stoic Arms and the Marienburg range, right through to this. I love their stuff, so I'm going to show you some of the smaller terrain which I've put together, then some of the bigger stuff just because it's cool, and then I'll go on to the stuff that I'm going to be building when I need a break from the Laketown stuff. So as you can see in front of you is a lot of the scatter terrain. We'll just move bats out of the way. Robin, because why not? So the first thing here, obviously you can see is one of the large billboards. It's quite tall, so it's got climbing space up and stuff, which is pretty cool. There's lots of little things like barricades and bins, lots of really small scatter terrain. There's lots of park benches. Bear in mind, I've just brought examples. There are multiples of all this stuff, so hopefully if we ever get around to playing games for you all, it should look super pretty. There's like telephone boxes, kind of hard to make out because the light was like little newspapers on the stands and stuff even. Got the phones and a directory in there. We've got a Batman tumbler which I picked up online just because cool, right? Wheelie bins, wheelie bin, that's not a wheelie bin, that's a skip. Put that up there, and it comes with full like shipping containers and stuff. Lots of great scatter terrain for the boards. As with all foreground stuff, it all opens and closes and looks really cool, and comes pre-painted, which is good. And there's a small billboard at the back. Now I think one of the big barriers to entry for Batman is actually the terrain. So I've managed to pick up lots of everything you see in front of me, plus 5 or 6 buildings. We've got a gaming mat as well, so as and when we're ready to get all this stuff built, you may see me doing more Batman stuff, because I want to play it, and if I'm going to play it, then you guys may as well watch it. So I'll get this stuff out of the way and I'll show you some of the bigger stuff. Okay, so next up is some of the bigger stuff for Batman, which is the buildings. Let me bring Batman back in for scale. So as you can see, it's a pretty big one. This one is 2 floors. Ignore all the junk you can see inside. It's actually where I store all the scatter terrain. This is the first one I've done. As I briefly touched on, and those of you who know me know, I love building foreground kits. So this is the first of the buildings for Batman that I've prepared. This one's one of the smaller ones. They range from like 4 stories to 2 stories. This is going to be one of the buildings. Now Batman doesn't use the interiors, but the inside of all these buildings do lift off and you can go level by level through it. Also makes it great for storage, and it's all modular, so it just fits back together when you do it right and not with one hand on camera. But yeah, so this is some of the bigger stuff. So I've got around 6 of these, all different styles to the board. Let's see if I can get a few more in to see. So we got this one. Got flashing the camera on some of the slightly bigger ones there, which is like 3 stories and stuff. It shows even some Batman minis fighting on the top, so it's clear what these are going for. And again, foreground stuff is great fun to build, and it's pre-painted, and you just put it all together, which isn't quick, but it's enjoyable for me, and then you have beautiful looking terrain. So my plan is, as mentioned, to get together a board's worth of terrain for Batman. I've currently got, I own a lot of painted Batman, which is good. Chris Hay, GBI Chris, that guy, as you may know him, is working on my Suicide Squad box set. You may have seen that came out recently, so yeah, you guys like it, we might make it. We might do some videos, who knows, we are still just dipping our toes back in. But yeah, so there you go, you've had a brief overview of the stuff I'm working on this week. Does it look interesting to you? Any of you guys working on stuff similar, let me know. The Batman stuff definitely will be kind of on the back burner compared to the Hobbit stuff, because we've got the GT coming. I've got to get my Laketown ready, and I've got the wonderful James Baldwin of Yggdrasil Painting Studios doing a Gundabad army for me, which will include those beautiful new Gundabad Berserkers. So when that comes, I will definitely show it off for you all. But yeah, this is the first of my hobby vlogs. Hopefully it's not been too boring, and It's here to motivate me to paint stuff and do some hobby, and it makes you guys sit and look at my paint table. But yeah, by next time I'm hoping to have all my stuff based and primed, and ideally I'd like to see a warband done, but it is Christmas in under a week and lots of family stuff to do with the little boy and things like that. But I want to try and get on track and get this army just knocked out of the park so I can start playing games, because that's why we do it, right? But anyway, hope you've enjoyed watching it. As always, comment, like, subscribe, things like that. Let's have a conversation on Facebook, on Twitter, get involved, comment below, and I'll see you in the next hobby vlog.